welcome to this week's episode of 5 Minute Fridays. I'm Miranda.
I'm Dan.
And let's go ahead and dive right in. So, streaming to YouTube, you guys know that.
vMix Pro 21. I misspoke last week when I said 22 was out. The beta of 22 is out, and we haven't tested it yet. It's on our list. We'll get there.
No. PTZ Optics, USB 20x camera.
The new X-Keys mouse mat.
Yep.
Kindle Fire. So running our vMix social.
Yep.
So send us questions, comments.
Yep.
And look at that new XKE 124T bar that's running the show. And now you can see what's happening.
Oh, yes.
So you'll see Miranda put the next shot up right there.
Boom.
Isn't that amazing? What we're talking about today is mousy stuff. Our software, our MacroWorks software, and our X-Keys have mouse capabilities, so you can do keys movements, buttons movements, stuff like that.
Right.
So I made a quick little tutorial to show how to program a mouse click and movement in MacroWorks.
Yeah.
And we're going to show it to you now, and I hope you have questions afterwards. So one of the little known features inside MacroWorks is our mouse functions. And in order to show you something about those, what we're going to do is, if you see I have a stuff folder on my desktop, and I have these junk folders scattered around the desktop. And so to clean up the desktop, I'm going to program an X-key that will click down on one of these files wherever I am, drag it over the stuff folder, and let go. It'll save me all the arduous trouble of doing that myself. But hey, that's the example we're going to use. So to start out, I'm going to press this key on my X-Keys to open it for programming. I'm going to go to the Functions tab and then click the Show Functions button. Now you see the list of functions we have here. We have, among other things, mouse, and we have buttons and movements. So what we want is, we're going to start with a button. I want the left down. I don't want to click, because a click means I press and release it, and that's not going to help me. So left down is the first thing I want. Here it is in my list. Now that I have the button down, I want to move over to that spot where the folder is. So I'm going to go to Movements. It's an absolute movement. I'm going to go to the same spot on the desktop every time. So this is the function I want. Now that I have selected that, you see it's going to ask me to input the X and Y coordinates of where I want to go on the desktop. And how do I know where this folder is? If you come back over here to our Tools menu in MacroWorks, there's something called the Mouse Button Cursor Utility, and we select that. And now if you see these X and Y values here, you'll see that they are tracking my cursor wherever I go on the desktop. So I hover over that stuff folder. I'm at roughly 418 in the X coordinates and 34 in the Y. Come back into my programming window, and I believe I said 413. And I'll say 35 for the Y. That will get me there. So now I've grabbed the file, moved it up to the folder. Now I could, you would think that I would just want to, at that point, bring the left button up to release it. But if I do that all on the press of the X key, it will not allow for enough time for the file to travel back to that folder. Again, I could add a delay in here, but I'm too lazy to do that. So I'm just going to come down to the release macro event and then put the mouse left up event in on the release of the key. And I'm going to save that. While we're here, let's just do this key above it. And on that one, I'm just going to do a very simple button left, down, up. And if you see when I do that, it puts two events in one in the press of the key, one in the release. It's going to hold the mouse button down while I have the key down. It's going to release it when I bring it up. Save that one. Okay, close utility. Minimize this for now. So if this works correctly, I can hover over this junk file, press my key, and when I release, it's going into the folder. And do that again. Again, I have to bring my cursor back. Oh, that's work, but hey, this is accurately taking those files to the same location every time and dropping them. Now, the other key we programmed, I just wanted to show you that it does the same thing as holding the mouse button down. I hold the X key down, I can drag this around and then let go of it. Why would I want that? We do have people who use that because of RSI issues. You know, when you're clicking all the time with the same finger, you can develop an injury. And so this allows you to use a different finger, or you could even put it on a foot pedal or something like that. So there's my tutorial. Hope that was informative, and I look forward to your questions. And
awesome.
There you have it.
That is such a cool feature with our keyboards.
Yeah, and we use it for, keyboard shortcuts are obviously more reliable because you don't have to worry about where the application is. But there are some cases where keyboard shortcut just won't work, or for whatever reason you need a mouse command.
Right.
And that was using MacroWorks. There are also a number of those same functions are available in hardware mode, so we can actually put them into the memory of the X keys. But the absolute mouse is not one of them because obviously the keyboard doesn't know where you are in the screen or can't really go to a specific location on your Windows desktop.
That makes sense.
So, there are lots of little hidden features in MacroWorks, and I just thought it'd be fun to show you one of them. Yeah. And although, it was kind of a silly application because how hard is it really to drag and drop a file into a folder? But
it takes the effort out of it. Come on.
Right. So let's wrap this up, and I'm hoping you guys have some questions for us or some fun comments in the post show.
Yep.
See you next week. Bye.
And we're back.
We are back.
All right.
Question.
Let's see. We've got.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry. Let's see. Here's a question.
Can you move to a named folder so when you move the folder, everything is still working? Sure, Rudy. I mean, we're just going to a location. So if you put that folder where you want on the desktop, it's going to go to that spot.
Yep. Well, here's a comment from Maggie. She's never programmed the absolute mouse function, but the utility to find it X and Y is awesome.
Yeah, it's fun just to put the utility up and run your cursor on the screen and say, oh.
That's what that is.
That's what that is, yeah. I'm over at that pixel location.
Very interesting.
Martin, sorry, man. We're not going to start over. You have to wait for the replay.
Yep, and a good point. Our tech support is always available, so if you want to reach out via email, tech@xkeys.com.
Yeah, we really do have live individuals behind those email addresses and phone numbers, and they're nice guys. And they're awesome. Easy to work with. So if you are having trouble, just shoot us an email.
Yep.
Ooh, good question.
Does the Mac software have this capability?
Miranda?
I am honestly not sure. I believe it does, though.
That would be Controller Mate.
Yes.
I believe it does as well. Yeah. Ken has a lot of
I've never programmed it in Controller Mate, but I mean, Ken has a ton of stuff in Controller Mate, so I would assume.
Maybe we can do that next week.
Yeah. That works.
We're chuckling at Rudy's comment.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll throw it up there so you know what we're laughing at.
Yeah. Rudy was with us at IBC last year when Maggie did a sprint from the vMix booth back to the X-Keys booth to retrieve an adapter just in time for our live stream. So he's still been very impressed with that. That her speed and her agility on that was nothing short of amazing. Just a
It sounded pretty amazing.
incredible feat of athleticism right there.
All right.
MSI Digital, Ken at ControllerMate also has very good support in his forums. So if you don't want to wait for us, which we'll look into it, see what we can find. So shoot us an email. We'll see if we can find the answer or post something on the ControllerMate forum. And Ken's usually pretty good about getting a quick reply to questions out there.
Right. So. Let's get down.
Aw, I love you too, Tommy, and I was really sorry to hear about your mule. Tommy's mule became steaks last week somehow.
Oh.
Or so he says.
Shortcut Maggie.
Shortcut Maggie, yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's see, any questions? Just more fun.
Yeah.
We like fun.
We love fun.
So thanks for watching this, and Martin, it'll be up on the replay. You just have to wait a few hours for YouTube to chew through it, and then we'll
check back this afternoon.
All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thank you.